Never use carbon transfer paper in pyrography.
Hi, in my last video I took my project from a failed AI design to a custom creation, and now it's time to get it into the wood. I avoid commercial transfer carbon sheets because they leave strong nasty traces difficult to erase. Maybe somebody in the comments would help me to identify some transfer paper good for this type of work. It could be called graphite paper, but I have never laid a hand on this and I doubt that it will be available in my area. That's the reason why I'm doing this in this way, because I'm used to it. If you want to do it, I would recommend using soft graphite pencil. I am using 6B pencil and a little patience. Using my old school LED tracing board, I'm hand coating the back of this paper sheet. It takes a bit more time, but the result is worth every second. You need to get a decent layer of graphite here. Better put some effort in this stage, because when you do it only lightly, it will fail you in the transferring phase. And if you do not have such problem with commercial transfer paper, consider you lucky. Now I will leave it without me barking around, and in the second half of this video I will show you how I prepare and execute the transferring process. Here I have the design paper covered with the graphite, fixed on the wooden plank on which I want to trace it. After positioning, I will fix the design with a sticking tape at least 2 edges of the paper. Usually, I will mark the edge on the paper with some cross lines and letter X, so I can put the paper back if needed. These edge marks are for proper aligning. Although, unfortunately, I don't have a footage of it in here, you will be able to see them in later videos. Now the work goes like this. Eventually, I switch from technical pencil to ballpoint pen because the pencil, as I was pushing on it, gets broken very often. You may use ballpoint stylus, but I would prefer pen since you can see the lines that you have already traced. I would suggest to trace the design in one session. First, you get your rhythm, and second, you can be sure that the paper doesn't shift. Take your time and do this in one pass. And now, after tracing, let's go to the actual project. After tracing, only thing I want to do is spend a lot of hours burning it into the wood. Unfortunately, I don't have the footage from the very beginning because I was getting into it, playing with the setup. Somewhere in next videos I will show you the tool and tip I'm using with some tricks and methods I prefer. For the technical information, the wood I'm burning on is hard maple. This was an experiment, never did this before. I have grinded up to 1000 grit sandpaper. Now it's shiny as mirror. The burning process is slow from the beginning. Maple wood is more forgiving than wood containing resin or basswood that is taking the heat more quickly. However, there are still differences in winter and summer grain on maple wood, and it will be seen. I don't have problem with that, but some people think that visible ridges are problematic. Also, some of the areas are more easily overburned, so I take my time and do it as precise as I am capable. With such shiny surface, I have several problems. It's so shiny that sometimes I don't see how strong the burnt shade is. Next problem would be how to finish it. I would not be able to use any lacquer since on such shiny surface nothing want to really stick. I'm thinking to use linseed oil and then let it bed in there, but it's a long way to that point. I would say don't go that high with the sandpaper. 220 grit is enough, 360 is the roof. Maybe if I wouldn't grind it up to such level, if this were grinded up to only 360, maybe I wouldn't spend so much time to burn it, because now the surface is so shiny and so hard that the tool is sliding and the heat is taken very slowly. I guess I will never use such high grit in the future projects. This one would be enough for the experience. Anyway, thanks for watching, and in next video I will show you more from the burning process with, I don't know, barking around the techniques. See you.